Hello, welcome to Make Funny, where I take a suggestion and I make them funny. If you'd like to leave a suggestion, just put it in the comments and I'll make it funny. Today's suggestion comes from Funk. Wait, why am I still talking to the stupid? Today's suggestion comes from Funk and Wagnall, whose suggestion was Crafty. I think if you're going to call somebody crafty, you better follow it up with a qualifier. And here's the reason. Because crafty, if you call somebody crafty, the range of what they are is so much on the opposites. So if I say Steve, man, Steve is crafty, you might think that he's deceptful and he's sneaky and he's cunning. Or he could be somebody who does scrapbooking. So I think you got to be very careful when you say to somebody, like if I said, hey, I'm setting you up on a blind date. Oh, really? With who? This woman, Marsha, that I work with. Well, in one word, how would you describe her? And if I said crafty, now the person would show up at the date not knowing if she would show up with balloons and a homemade card, or if somewhere in the middle of the date she's going to try and get his, bank account numbers from him, or try and find a place, get him to let her stay with her, with him in the apartment that he has for, just be a couple of nights. And then 3 weeks later, he's like, oh, crafty, I was hoping you meant that she made buttons. It turns out it's the other crafty. Yeah, I looked up crafty in the dictionary, and the antonym to crafty is honest. So the dictionary even feels that crafty leans heavier to somebody who's a piece of than it leans towards somebody who just likes to, take bottle caps and make necklaces out of them. And I feel like there's just an unfair balance for the word crafty. So we need to come up with another word for people who are good, who just like Elmer's glue. Versus all those jerks, the Bernie Madoff types, we would call him crafty, but I'm sure not going to walk into his office and see any nice, panoramas or boxoramas, or what are the things that you do when you make a scene inside of a shoebox? Shoeoramas? Anyway, you're not going to see that in Bernie Madoff's house, but he's crafty in the bad way. Listen, folks. Sometimes I get a bee in my bonnet about something dumb, and this is one of them. There was no suggestion. There's no Funk and Wagnalls. I got the word from the dictionary because this show's not popular and no one will leave a goddamn suggestion, except for one person.